Most of today's Scout Day participants are not considered blue-chip prospects, but they all have blue-chip aspirations. A player looks to follow up his efforts at the plate with a demonstration of solid defensive fundamentals. At the major league level, the defensive standard is near perfection. This prospect looks to deliver as clean a performance as he can. Done for the day and heading back to the locker room, this player is met by one of the scouts in attendance, who reminds him that he's still got one more chance to make an impression on the big league buyers. While preparing for the first of 2 games at the Topps Amateur Showcase, a prospect is approached by a representative of the MLB Scouting Bureau.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we get the ball rolling with an intriguing matchup on day one between the prospects from the West region and the prospects representing the East. Stephan Ortiz, a Maryland-born southpaw, will be doing the starting pitching in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matty D, in the day and age of specialty pitches and pitchers, this guy's big pitch is the cut fastball, and it's really turned his career around. It looks like a four-seam fastball coming in, and it has that late cutting action away from the barrels and into guys at times. It's his primary pitch, and he needs it to survive at this level.
First pitch of the at-bat, and this one gets away. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch. Oh, one pitch on its way. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. In at second safely as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game.
Yeah, the scouts are going to eat this one up. He just blasts this thing into the outfield and has enough speed to cruise into second with a stand-up double. Any hitter that can put that kind of charge into a pitch is going to have a job on a roster. That's the kind of hit that sees your stock rise.
Trying to pick things up where he left off. Brown, an RBI double is what he was credited with his first time around. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And that's in for a base hit, his second in as many trips to the plate. And a relay home, and not in time as the run scores.
Wow, he is definitely having a day he won't soon forget. That's his second double of the game here at the Topps Amateur Showcase, and he's quickly distinguishing himself as the star of this show. When you could rise above the competition that is this good, you're doing yourself a favor and earning yourself some future money.
Now batting, Brown, hoping to build off that RBI double from his last plate appearance. Throw over to first. A dive, but he's back. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
I can't imagine he was sitting on fastball at his neck right there. He is going to have to lower his sights if he's going to have any chance.
0-1, here it comes. This is line to left. And that'll get by and on through towards the wall. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And he will score now from first. And the throwing mistake there getting the ball in is going to wind up costing him.
Well, that's one of those bats he'll look back on with satisfaction when it's all said and done. It's always nice to show the scouts that you can blast a double and drive in runs at this level, but to do it with 2 outs is even better. Shows the scouts that you have the mental toughness to step up and take. Well, this one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end, these guys came away with a victory and look on to the next one.
And the score finishes 4-1 today. The East led this game from the third inning on and never wavered. Arturo Alaniz pitches well enough to get the W. Ezra Arnaz worked only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
For the East, 4 runs,
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. One game for each team is in the books, and now it's on to day 2, and we've got a good matchup ahead between the prospects from the Central region and the prospects representing the East. Number 4 will be tasked with the starting pitching assignment for the away team. What's your take on him, Dan?
This guy has 3 pitches that he brings into his mix. And if he has all of them working, he has a chance to be really solid. A good pitcher, but he needs command of all 3 of his pitches.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A little bouncer. That's a foul ball. Adams on at first. Nobody out. Off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. Here's a drive out toward the gap in left center.
All right, your turn and have a look.
The tying run comes around all the way from first to score. It's 1-1.
Yeah, the scouts are going to eat this one up. He just blasts this thing into the outfield and has enough speed to cruise into second with a stand-up double. Any hitter that can put that kind of charge into a pitch is going to have a job on a roster. That's the kind of hit that sees your stock rise.
Ready for another chance. Brown, 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. Brewer on the move. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. Into the box now. Brown.
Number 1.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. A runner on first with 2 away. Throw over to the bag, and he'll dive back in safely. Here it comes, 0-2.
Round
Towards
it,
second.
Find the ball.
Oh, and he has some trouble with it. Into the box now. Brown. He reached on an error and later scored his last time up.
First baseman.
First offering on its way. And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. Pulled toward right center field. Lopez is calling for it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Well, in hindsight, it was the right choice to let the setup guy stay in the game and finish this thing. I wasn't so sure before, but the results sure speak for themselves.
6-3 the final score today. The East led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Arturo Alaniz gets the W on the mound. Alex Gant worked only 3 innings in the losing effort. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
For the East, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 11.
With nothing left to do but await his fate, this young hopeful receives a check-in from his former high school coach, who's been acting as his advisor through the process.
Welcome back to the Major League Baseball first-year player draft. The first pick is officially on the clock. With the first pick, the Detroit Tigers select Paul Holdridge, a relief pitcher from the East Region. With the second pick, the San Francisco Giants select Jeff Oldham, a second baseman from the International Region. With the third pick, the Philadelphia Phillies select Giovanni Hamel, a third baseman from the Central Region. With the fourth pick, the Chicago White Sox select Andy Schreiber, a right fielder from the East Region. With the fifth pick, the Cincinnati Reds select Eric Adams, a shortstop from the East Region. With the sixth pick, the New York Mets select Marty Franco, a starting pitcher from the East Region. With the seventh pick, the San Diego Padres select Scott Begay, a left fielder from the West Region. With the eighth pick, the Atlanta Braves select Ryan Zohorek, a closing pitcher from the West Region. With the ninth pick, the Baltimore Orioles select Floyd Pestke, a right fielder from the International Region. With the 10th pick, the Oakland Athletics select John Bullard, a relief pitcher from the International Region. With the 11th pick, the Pittsburgh Pirates select George Feliciano, a starting pitcher from the East Region. With the 12th pick, the Toronto Blue Jays select Thomas Pierce, a center fielder from the International Region. With the 13th pick, the Miami Marlins select Barney McRae, a starting pitcher from the West Region. With the 14th pick, the Seattle Mariners select Fernando Garcia, a left fielder from the West Region. With the 15th pick, the Texas Rangers select Lionel Laws, a starting pitcher from the International Region. With the 16th pick, the Tampa Bay Rays select the first baseman from the East Region.
After a long and lonely first 2 days of the MLB draft, this player's wait is finally over. While being selected is a major milestone, new draftees still face long odds